Hello Mark, this is Wendy, and my student number is S0041053. 45 Taiwanese foods we can't live without, from mountains of flavored shaved ice to chicken cutlets as big as your face. Taiwanese eating always comes with superlatives. By Hyun-Fu Wang, January 29th, 2014. Taipei Travel Essentials: Passport, Cash, Extra Stomach. Small eats, and a lot of them, are the big thing in Taiwan. The culinary philosophy here is eat often and eat well. Sure, there's the internationally accepted 3 meals a day dining format, but why be so limited when you can make like the Taiwanese and indulge in gourmet snacking at any time of the day? The Taiwanese capital, Taipei, has around 20 streets dedicated to snacking. Every time you think you've found the best street side bao, the most incredible stinky tofu, or mind-blowing beef noodle soup, there's always another Taiwanese food shop that surpasses it. The island's food is a mashup of the cuisine of the Minnan, Teochew, and Hokkien Chinese communities, along with Japanese cooking. It's an culinary loving with diversely delicious offspring. Arguments about the best food on Taiwan risk ruining relationships and lifelong friendships. Food is serious, it's respected, it's so excellent in Taiwan. Number 1. Braised pork rice. Where there's a wisp of smoke from the kitchen chimney, there will be lu fan. Braised pork with rice goes the Taiwanese saying. The popularity of this humble dish cannot be overstated. Lu fan is almost synonymous with Taiwanese food. The Taipei city government launched a Braised Pork Rice is Ours campaign last year after Michelin's Green Guide Taiwan claimed the dish was from Shandong province in mainland China. A good bowl of lu fan comprises finely chopped, not quite minced, pork belly, slow cooked in aromatic soy sauces with 5 spices. There should be an ample amount of fatness, in which lies the magic. The meat is spooned over hot rice, a little sweet, a little salty. Braised pork rice is comfort food perfected. Where there's a wisp of smoke, there's braised fatty pork with rice. Jin Fang Lu Fan, 10 Roosevelt Road, Section 1, Jiangxin District, Taipei City. Number 2. Beef noodle. Nothing like a good Taiwanese food debate centering around beef noodles. You know a food is an obsession when it gets its own festival. Beef noodle soup implies inspires competitiveness and innovation in chefs. Everyone wants to claim the title of beef noodle king. From visiting New Baba for one of the most expensive bowls of beef noodle soup in the world, $10,000 in Taiwanese dollar, or US dollar 334, to a serendipitous foray into the first makeshift noodle shaking spot. It's almost impossible to have a bad beef noodle experience in Taiwan. Lin Dongfang's beef shanks with alternate noodles in herbal soup are a perennial favorite. The street-side eatery's secret weapon is the dollop of homemade chili butter added last. Number 3. Oyster omelette. The oyster omelette, Taiwan's quintessential snack. Here's a snack that really showcases the fat of the land in Taiwan. You've got something from the sea and something from the soil. The eggs are the perfect foil for the little oysters easily found around the island, while sweet potato starch is added to give a whole thing a good chewness, a signature Taiwan food texture. No wonder the soup was voted best snack to represent Taiwan in a poll of 1,000 Taiwanese by Global Views Monthly a few years back. Number 4. Bubble tea. Chewy and refreshing bubble tea. Bubble tea represents the QQ food texture that Taiwanese love. The phrase refers to something that is especially chewy, like the tapioca balls forming the bubbles in bubble tea. It's said this unusual drink was invented out of boredom. Liu Han Che threw some sweetened tapioca pudding into her iced some tea on one fateful day in 1988, and a great Taiwanese culinary expert was born. Variations on the theme include taro-flavored tea, jasmine tea, and coffee, served cold or hot. More on CNN Go, who invented bubble tea. Number 5. Milkfish. Immature fish eaters should watch out for the bones. How popular is milkfish in Taiwan? So popular that it has its own themed museum in Anping, and there's a milkfish cultural festival in Kaohsiung. The bony fish might pose a challenge for amateurs, but it's loved for its tender meat and economical price tag. Milkfish is prepared in numerous ways. In a congee porridge, pan-fried, as fishbowl soup, or braised. For homestay preparation, retro izakaya style restaurant James Kitchen serves pan-fried milkfish with lime. A bowl of scallion lard rice is a great complement. Number 6. Slack season danzai noodles. Thankfully, we no longer have to wait for the slack season to eat this. You've gotta love a place like cold snack season, and it should be one of the first put stops on any culinary trip to Taiwan. The iconic eatery originated in Tainan about a century ago. A fisherman sold noodles during the slack fishing season, and the joint became so successful he quit his original trade altogether. The signature bowl of slack season noodles is served in shrimp soup with bean sprouts, coriander, minced pork, and fresh shrimps. The bowl of comforting flavors is so addictive that a man from Tainan supposedly ate 18 bowls in a row at the restaurant. Number 7. Pan-fried bun. Pan-fried buns bigger and better in Taiwan. Like the fluffiness of cake and the crunchiness of potato chips, the pan-fried bun gives you the best of both worlds. The buns are made with spawning white cheese, Chinese bread that is pan-fried on the bottom. Break one open to reveal the moist, porky filling. A Shanghainese staple. The Taiwanese version differs in two ways. It's slightly bigger in size, and it hits the pan upside down. Number 8. Guabao. Dear Guabao, you're the Big Mac of our eye. It's a hamburger, Taiwan style. A steamed bun sandwich is a hearty filling of braised pork belly, pickled Chinese cabbage, and powdered peanuts. The filling is chopped into small pieces and mixed together, so there's a bit of everything in every bite. Western hamburgers might benefit from the same treatment. Take a big mouthful and enjoy the salty, sour, and sweet flavors and the greasy pork swimming in your mouth. Number 9. Iron egg. Urban legend says you can play ping pong with iron legs. It's called iron egg because it's too tough. These chewy little eggs dyed black from long braising in soy sauce, are a highly addictive Taiwanese food, often made from quail's eggs. The protein balls are cooked for hours in a soy sauce, then air-dried. The process is repeated over several days until the snacks become tough and acquire the desired amount of chewiness. Number 10. Pineapple cake. Pineapple cake, take it home with you. This iconic Taiwanese pastry, mini pies filled with candied pineapple, is one of Taiwan's best food souvenirs. For one of the best pineapple cake experiences, try Sunny Hills, which uses only local pineapples. The result is a darker filling, rougher texture, and a sour taste. The pies at other shops are filled with a mix of pineapple and chewable bits of watermelon. They have a fruity sweetness and a golden casing of crumbly, buttery pastry. Stores that replace pineapple completely with winter melon to cut costs are committing a big no-no. Tempura. You can add soup to the scraps and slurp it up. Tempura refers to fish paste that's been molded into various shapes and sizes, deep fried, then boiled in the broth. Before eating, the pieces of solid fish paste are taken from the broth and smothered in brown sauce. Doesn't sound like much, but tempura delivers plenty of sweet flavors and chewy textures, making it a beloved Taiwanese food. The food is basically a Taiwanese take on Japanese udon, with more sugarness, tougher fish cakes, and a signature sauce. When you finish the bits of fish cake, there's more to come. Get some soup from the vendor and add it to the remaining sauce in the bowl. Mix and drink the resulting flavor bomb. Number 12. Bawang. Bawang, dumpling for giants. Bawang is a Taiwanese mega dumpling made with a dough of rice flour, corn starch, and a sweet potato starch. It looks almost translucent after cooking. Pork, veggies, and sometimes eggs are stuffed inside and gravy poured on top. It's believed bawang was invented during times of scarcity. The simple pork dumpling became a luxury snack enjoyed only during the Lunar New Year festival. Number 13. Fried chicken. Great Taiwanese street food. Boneless and bite-sized. Taiwan deserves a special place in the fried chicken hall of fame. Not only has it made the giant fried chicken cutlet, number 35 on this list, a cult classic, but its popcorn chicken is dangerously addictive. The chicken is chopped into bite-sized pieces, marinated, dipped in batter, and deep-fried. A generous sprinkling of salt and pepper complete the Moorish morsels. It's a ubiquitous snack on the city streets. Number 15. Oyster vermicelli. Oyster vermicelli, taste of the sea. A bowl of great oyster vermicelli should have a thick, flavorful soup base, while the thin rice noodles and oysters retain their distinct texture. Some people add chopped intestines for a funky dimension to the soup. It's a gooey, slurpable dish with an intense briny taste. Number 16. Stinky tofu. You need 2 hands to eat this Taiwanese food. One to hold your nose. This could be the world's premier loved or hated snack, and Taiwan does it just right. The fragrant cube of bean curd is deep-fried and draped with sweet and spicy sauce. If you hold your nose, it looks and tastes just like a plain oil piece of fried tofu with a crisp casing and soft center like pudding. But what's the fun in eating that? Inhale deeply and relish the stench, the the better. Number 17. Sweet potato. It's golden. It's in the shape of Taiwan. What's not to like about sweet potatoes? Leaving taste, smell, and nutritional value aside, the sweet potato stands out for one particular reason among Taiwanese food. It's shaped a bit like the island. Taiwan-grown sweet potatoes are added to soup with ginger, roasted by street vendors in ovens converted from oil drums, ground to a flour and added to other dishes to give texture, or fried into sweet potato chips. As long as the beloved root vegetable is in it, Taiwanese love it. Number 18. Shaved Ice Mountain. Taiwanese summer blockbuster is the Shaved Ice Mountain. One good thing about the hot, humid, and stormy Taiwan summers is the excuse to eat Shaved Ice Mountain. A pile of shaved ice is heaped with fresh fruit and flavorings such as mango pieces, juice, and sweet condensed milk. The result is super appealing just by looks alone. A more traditional take uses freshly made mini rice bowls. Number 19. Pepper cakes. So good that we ate half of it before remembering to take a photo. A must-try at Rauhe Night Market. Pepper cakes are crispy pastry pockets filled with juicy pork that's infused with the aromatic bite of black pepper. Baked on the wall of a clay oven, the pies are a delicious ode to the paper plate. Eat more than one, or you have to wait again in the long queue for more. Number 20. Dumplings and Din Tai Fung Dumpling House. Din Tai Fung gaps are heard with each squirt of soup. Xiaolongbao may be a Shanghainese delicacy, but some argue that Taiwanese perfected. Taiwanese restaurant Din Tai Fung does its Shanghai comrades proud with its succulent pork soup dumplings. Din Tai Fung's bite-sized xiaolongbao have a constantly high quality. Their paper-thin wrappings hold rich hot broth and tender pork meatballs. Gapes can be heard intermittently at Din Tai Fung's as diners brave the scalding hot soup that squirts out upon biting the dumpling. Number 21. Fishbowl soup. Fishbowls, round things, are just fun to eat. What's better than fresh seafood? Bowls of fresh seafood, of course. Look for handmade fish bowls in Taiwan. They tend to have more air in the bowl, thus allowing more broth to soak up. They also have a bouncer's chew. Number 22. Ribs stewed in medicinal herbs. Medicinal herbs, a healthy excuse to feast on ribs. This is the Taiwanese version of back-cut the Chinese meat soup that's also popular in Singapore and Malaysia. In Taiwan, the soup is slow cooked in Chinese medicine, extracting the essence from pork bones and more than 14 nutritious herbs, roots, and dried foods. It's yummy and good for you too, especially for keeping warm in winter. There isn't much meat on the lean bones, but the point of the dish is the soup. Don't be shy to pick the bones up and suck the juice off. You might even be considered strange if you don't. Nanya Nori Market, Nanya East Road, Taipei City. Number 23. Goose. The whole goose and nothing but the goose on Taiwan's best tables. Geese bred on Taiwan farms are never wasted. From the skin to the blood, they are made into delicious dishes. Salted and smoked geese in Hawaii are revelatory. Every bite of the juicy goose meat with slightly smoked skin tastes like a pure celebration of poultry. Or you could try one of Bistro Le Pont's bowl of steamed rice topped with goose, gel oil, and XO sauce. The rice grains are an ideal vehicle for goose fat and flavor. Number 24. Dim Bian Cuo. Painting the work with a rice slurry to make Dim Bian Cuo. Dim Bian Cuo is a bowl of savory rice flour pasta. Rice flour batter is poured along the side of a huge heated wok, sliding and spreading along the hot metal and forming slices of rice flour noodle. When dried, the sheets are cut into smaller pieces that become very thin and very chewy noodles when cooked as Dim Bian Cuo. Wu Jia Dim Bian Cuo is a century-old family business. Its Dim Bian Cuo is served with handmade pork cakes, shrimp cakes, cabbage, daylily, and bamboo shoots. Number 25. Taiwanese sausage with sticky rice. Taiwanese hot dogs are made with sticky rice buns and curd sausage. Taiwanese pork sausage alone is a superstar at night markets, but when served as a snack translated as little sausage inside big sausage, is possibly unbeatable. It's like a hot dog, but instead of a bun, sticky rice is stuffed inside sausage. Casing to make an oversized rice sausage does then slit open to stuff in a pork sausage, so it's a little sausage inside a big one. Get it? Number 26. Mochi. Mobile mochi. Get your chewy fix any time of the day. These glutinous rice balls are soft as marshmallows and filled with sweet or salty things. The most traditional mochi are filled with red bean paste and rolled in peanut powder, but in recent years, strawberry jam, sesame paste, green tea jam, and peanut paste have become popular fillings. You can Learn how to make mochi at the Royal Taiwan Mochi Museum around $5 per person. Number 27. Lantern soy sauce braised food. Nana Lu Wei doesn't worry about your schedule, only good flavor. No matter what you choose from the Leonard Lu Wei food style, it'll take on the taste of the signature 5-spice soy sauce. It's a little sweet, not too salty and very aromatic with cloves, star anise, cinnamon, and other spices. Pick your preferred ingredients and the chef will cook it in the pot of special sauce. It's a perfect light meal before a big night out. You should expect to wait in line, as the chef never rushes. He takes his time to allow the food to absorb the sauce. Number 28. Sun cakes. Originating in Taichung, the sun cake is just a flaky pastry filled with maltose, and yet the sweet nothing has come to represent Taichung City and is a souvenir sought out by visitors. Countless sun cake shops flourish in Taichung, all claiming to be the original store. But maybe it's time for them to shine. The genuine, original sun cake store, Tai Yang Bakery, closed down when the 68-year-old boss decided to retire. Number 29. Tube rice pudding. Sticky rice pudding, turnip sauce obligatory. Sticky rice and Chinese mushrooms are fried with seasoning and stuffed into a bamboo tube together with pork and egg. The tube of rice is steamed again to further soften the texture until it becomes a cylindrical pudding. Da Chao Tao started making its rice pudding in a stove under a bridge more than 4 decades ago. The business has since expanded, but the rice pudding stays the same. You should be sure to add the homemade turnip-laced sweet spicy sauce to the tasty. Number 30. Taiwanese breakfast. Nothing like fried bread wrapped with roast bread to fill a morning. 3 elements to start the day right with Taiwanese food include sesame bread, deep-fried Chinese donuts, and soy milk. Blogger Joanne H. from A Hungry Girl's Guide to Taipei says her favorite breakfast is from Fu Huang. I love the thick seasoning flatbread at Fu Huang because it has a slight sweetness, a thin crispy layer, and softer center from coming straight out of the hot metal barrel. Many seasoning flatbreads are dry and flaky, but Fu Huang's shows why there's often a half-hour wait there on the weekends. Number 31. Pig's blood rice pudding. Congealed pig's blood on a stick. This mix of pig's blood and sticky rice is stuck on the end of a stick like a lollipop. For the final Taiwanese touch, the pudding is coated in a sweet peanut powder. Basketball star Jeremy Lin Su Hao named pig's blood rice cake as one of his favorite snacks on his recent visit to Taiwan. If it's good enough for Lin, it's good enough for us. Number 32. 3-cup chicken. Signature Taiwanese food. 3-cup chicken. 3-cup chicken is cooked in a cup of rice wine, a cup of oil, and a cup of soy sauce. To this Taiwanese culinary triumvirate is added fresh basil, chilies, and garlic for an irresistible combination. Some kitchens have a different definition of 3-cup chicken, involving a cup of wine, a cup of seasoning oil, and a cup of sugar. Number 33. Tan sui age. Age, an edible purse full of goodness. Age comes from the Japanese aburage, which are deep-fried tofu pockets. Taiwanese age are stuffed with mung bean noodles and sealed off with fish paste. A typical sweet spicy sauce completes the snack. The tofu soaks up the soup it's cooked in, so each bite bursts with warmth. Paired with a soy milk, the argay makes a great savory breakfast. Number 34. Ban tao. Ban tao, rustic taste, rabid following. Ban tao flat rice noodles has such a rabid following that many Taiwanese will drive long distance in search of the most authentic bao. The thick, flat, slippery noodles made from glutinous rice are part of the Hakka culinary tradition and best sampled in Kaohsiung's Mennong district. Stir-fried bantao with pork has a rustic taste and texture. Many find the dish more comforting when served in hot soup. Number 35. Hot Star large fried chicken. Food that's almost as big as your face. According to Taipei Times report of 2011, Taiwanese devour more than 250,000 fried chicken cutlets a day, piled atop each other. That would make a chicken cutlet tower 10 times as tall as Taipei 101, the island's tallest skyscraper, at 508 meters. Go to Hot Star for the original oversized chicken cutlet. The enormous slice of meat as big as your face is very moist with a crispy crust. A generous coating of 5 spice powder and pepper gives it a kick. Starting as a small counter at Shilin Night Market, Hot Star is now a Taiwanese food franchise presented in Hong Kong, Malaysia, and Singapore. Number 36. Anything with cuttlefish, from ocean to grill. Taiwan gets a lot of cuttlefish and grill stations spiked with cuttlefish. Skewers can be found everywhere in the southern tip of the island. Although a thick cuttlefish soup with herbs and veggies, a typical Taiwanese winter warmer. One of the best ways to enjoy the mollusk is fresh out of water, straight onto the charcoal grill. A smoky aroma, dark grill marks glistening furrowed fish, edges, and dustling of salt and pepper make up the scene. Number 37. Ayu jelly. Very wobbly and hardly tasting of anything. Ayu jelly takes on the flavor of whatever is eaten with, added to lemonade and shaved ice for a refreshing summer drink. The jelly gives the liquid a fun gloopy texture. Shida Night Market, Shida Road, Neihu District, Taipei City. Number 38. Pindan Tofu. Pindan Tofu. Love at second bite. Black, white, and simply plain pindan tofu is an unlikely candidate for love at first bite fame. But after a few tries, it becomes a minor addition for many eaters. Pindan or century egg is duck egg preserved in clay with seasonings. With time, the egg white turns into a translucent black jelly, and the yolk develops a unique flavor. It's topped with sesame oil, vinegar, soy sauce, coriander, chopped spring onion, and sometimes pork floss. Make it up and it's ready to eat. Number 39. Steamed spring roll. To describe it as a non-deep fried version of a spring roll would be unfair as round bean. Steamed spring roll was invented before the spring roll. Every Taiwanese household has its own recipe for round bean. During festivals, families gather at a table to have a round bean wrapping party. Each person chooses their own fillings from a buffet and rolls their own round bean. Besides serving delicious round bean, Xin Yan at Taipei 101 also offers an incomparable view of the city. Number 40. Spicy hot pot. Hot pot. Glimty but good. Taiwanese are made for spicy hot pot. And who wouldn't be? The bubbling pots of broth and are filled with all sorts of Chinese herbs and spices to create a rich flavor for all the raw, fresh ingredients that diners would dip into it. New hot pot places pop up in Taiwan every day, each with a gimmick to attract insatiable hot pot diners. There's all-you-can-eat hot pot and Yankinku served at the same table. There's bubble tea hot pot for the jade, but it's ordinary spicy hot pot with quality ingredients that stands for the test of time. While Taiwan's spice levels don't come close to Chongqing's, they're pretty piquant. Head to perennial hot pot favorite and celeb magnet, Tai Holden, for a glim Taiwanese hot pot experience. Number 41. Tiger striped chicken gua bao. Chicken in tiger's clothing. At many places, tiger striped chicken gua bao can be thought of as Taiwan's answer to the Big Mac. An old new restaurant in Kaohsiung, however, the humble dish gets an upscale treatment. The restaurant uses pumpkin and edible bamboo caracal powder to create a yellow and black striped bun, then fills it with deep-fried and braised chicken fillets and soy sauce and tomato sauces. The result is sweet and sour flavor that's different from typical gua bao. Number 42. Chicken wing rice roll. Beware the chicken-wrapped rice crates. The chicken wing rice roll makes the impossible possible. Eating chicken fried rice in the night market with one hand. A boneless chicken wing is stuffed with fried rice and marinated in a heavenly combination of seasoning oil and secret sauce. It's so good it started a chicken wrapped rice craze in Kaohsiung's Rufeng night market with various fillings such as kimchi, fried rice, and curry rice. Number 43. Giant pork bowl soup. Why should not recommend it when eating this one? The best pork bowls are made from fresh meat and hand ground and pounded with a mallet until it attains a doughy texture. The giant pork bowls in stock soup from Taipei's Ningxia night market are as big as baby's fist. Their size as well as the whole air holes pumped in the meatballs during the pounding locks in an amazing amount of juice and flavor. The Chinese name illustrates the experience of eating one vividly. The literal translation is bursting juice. Giant pork bowls. Pork bowls are sometimes mixed with ingredients such as Chinese mushrooms and cuttlefish to enrich texture and aid flavor. Number 44. Wu Baochun Bakery Breads. Lychee rose bread, the rightful leader of baked goods. Bread in Taiwan? Seriously? We hear you are thinking, but this isn't just any bread we're talking about. It's from Wu Baochun, a world baking champion with many award-winning loaves to its name. The bread that won the international baking competition Coupe du Monde de la Boulangerie in 2010 is the bakery's lychee rose bread. It's made with mulled wine, lychee, and rose petals. Wu Baochun also won the Louis Lesaffre Cup in 2007 and a silver medal at the 2008 Bakery World Cup. Another signature of the store is white logan bread with smoked logans, French wine, and California walnuts. Number 45. Bien Dang. Love the convenience, had the side dishes. A lot of Taiwanese have a love-hate relationship with Taiwanese Bien Dang bento, the takeaway lunchbox that packs rice with a main dish, usually a type of meat, and small, often unappealing side dishes such as fried and preserved vegetables. It's a convenient, quick, cheap, less than $3, and generally decent way to eat. Bien Dang isn't one of the most delicious foods in Taiwan, but it's a staple for countless working parents and busy urbanites. Bento with chicken cutlet is a good Bien Dang choice. Found at convenience stores and major high-speed rail stations around Taiwan.